Saint Angela Merici, the Angel of Peace. Saint Angela's life was filled with peace and serenity. She was a woman who loved God and neighbor. Saint Angela Merici, being a Franciscan tertiary, became an instrument of peace to the people around her. As I am called to be the daughter of Saint Angela, she invites me to have a goodwill to forgive and forget the hurts, to pray well, to mingle with everyone by cultivating peace within myself and share it with others, and also to build the bridges in the place of walls and hatred that separates the fellow human being. I always ask the intercession of Saint Angela Merici to enable me to be the instrument of peace by lighting the light of hope and peace in the heart of many.
Saint Angela, a light in the darkness. Saint Angela is like a burning candle who was always ready to burn herself in order to light up the lives of the others. She, being a farm girl, worked hard, yet her every action was with contemplation. Her motivation and mission was her personal experience with God, which enabled her to receive the grace from God to reach out to the needy. She discerns God's will not only in her life but also in every event of the society. Saint Angela's very life inspires me to start anew, proceed with good ideas and will. She helps me to renew my life with zeal and vigor to reach out to the needy.
Saint Angela chose Christ as her only spouse, knowing that he is a strong support from where she could get the strength and energy to bloom to the full. She is always in contact with him, whether in joys or sorrows, discerning his will in all the work she has to undertake. She was ever faithful to her commitments, hence takes time to speak with him and to be with him. Saint Angela drew this inspiration from Saint Catherine of Alexandria through the portrait of baby Jesus putting a ring on her finger, and from the story that she heard from her father, that in turn helped her to lead a committed way of life, dedicating her whole being at the service of the Lord. This inspires me to live my life to the full by being committed and zealous in all my undertakings.
Saint Angela Merici, a creative and innovative woman. One consecrated woman is enough in one family to bring out the goodness in the whole surrounding, says Saint Angela Merici. Saint Angela's simple lifestyle and wider perception of the society has brought a great renewal, a change in the order of religious life during her time. Saint Angela Merici inspired me to have wider perception, to look at the things and to sense the needs of others, especially the poor, neglected ones, and the broken families in the society. I ask Saint Angela Merici to intercede for me and all of us that we may walk in the footprints of Jesus our Master by following her example and keeping her spirit alive in and around us.
Saint Angela Merici, a mother for all. Saint Angela was truly a spiritual mother for all. Every moment she is intensely conscious of her role as a mother. She considered herself chosen to be a mother by God in His immense goodness, and her sense of motherhood and responsibility shines out in her life and works. Thus, Angela was called Madre Sor Angela. In her writings, several places, she elaborates the qualities of a good mother and how a spiritual mother shares her love with all her children. Angela said, if a mother's attitude is loving, caring, comforting, and tender, the children in turn should be one of awe, reverence, obedience, and cordiality. As I am a spiritual daughter of Mother Angela, I am also called to be like her, becoming a mother in my little ways, doing with love, for love consists all things.
Saint Angela, an educator. Saint Angela was called as a woman of heart. Angela was known as the model and educator of her time, and she bore testimony through her life of love, and hence her own work was a spiritual and human formation and education of the woman in her company. In this sense, she is truly the teacher and educator of her time. Angela, through her ideas, stimulated her daughters to be teachers and educators. Through this, I was inspired to be an open-minded person, to live a witnessing life of love, in educating the children, just as Saint Angela did during her lifetime.
Saint Angela Merici, who was born in Desenzano, who took a great responsibility to lead the women who were collaborating with her. She became well-known shepherdess to her ministry of service to the marginalized, the displaced, the poor, the orphan, and the sick. Through her example, I learned the important role of being a shepherdess, thus to lead others more by my example.
Saint Angela, a woman of empowerment. She was known for her courage and especially for the upliftment of women in the society, where she brought a lot of changes in the society. With her daring spirit, she was able to face the challenges like criticism, ill treatment, or even insult. But with her daring spirit, she stood firm and represented herself as a new woman of her age. My inspiration from Saint Angela Merici is that, in spite of all these challenges, she was the first woman to start a new active apostolate for the consecrated women of her time. In my challenges of life, I need to empower myself and other people. But first, I need to have the taste of God and accept the realities of life. Then only my mission will be effective and successful.